Welcome back to West Virginia Cryptids and Strange Encounters. It's my second day here in Braxton County. If you watched the first video, you'll know what this is all about. I'll put a link in the description for it. But yesterday I found a bear trackway in a mud flat here at the Burnsville Lake in Braxton County. Today I wanted to hike back in. I didn't want to bore you with that hike, but I'm here at that mud flat again, as you can see. I wanted to cast a couple of these prints to show people what a bear print looks like, for one. Two, I wanted to see if there was a double step. A double step bear print is one of the most commonly mistaken things for a Bigfoot print, and I did find one. That's it right there. And there back there is a regular print with the claw marks and all. So what I'm gonna do is turn the camera around here and I'll show you the trackway. Okay, here's the trackway. It runs from down at the creek all the way up through here. As you can see, those are all prints. Walking through here, there's a double step there that I casted. There's actually a second one there, not a great one. But as you can see, the trackway continues. That one there has probably the best claw marks of them all, as well as that one and those few right there. And it continues all the way up there. I'm not sure exactly where it went from here, because it gets kind of smushed up by other prints. It may have well made its way out to the edge here. It's dry. But yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to come back and check those out, cast those. I said to give an example. What I'll do for the rest of the day, I'm not sure. But if I do anything worthy of video, I'll definitely bring you along. All right, folks, because as cold as it is, as damp as this ground is, it's probably going to take those a little time to set up. So what I'm going to do is hike back to the van, come back here in a few hours, see if I can pull them up, and in between that time, there's something I've wanted to do down here for quite a while. And I don't know how many of you know who Gray Barker is. Gray Barker was a well-known ufologist, as well as investigator of all things strange. He was involved with Mothman, the Flatwoods Monster. And those of you who don't know who those are, or what those are, look them up. Just Google Flatwoods Monster. So it's here in Braxton County. And the Mothman was in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. They're two of the most well-known cryptids. Mothman is like world famous. But he was born here in Braxton County. And he is buried here in Braxton County. And I have found the location for the cemetery where he's buried. And I think I'm gonna go see if I can find his grave. It's just been a bucket list item, I guess you call it, just to find it. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'll come back here in a couple hours. All right, folks, I'm in the woods again, trying to find this cemetery. I just talked to the landowner. He owns all the land around the cemetery, and it's somewhere out this right away. This might be where he's talking about. He said there's a fork that shoots over the hill. And man, it's been a sloppy mess. So let's see if we can find it. All right, so down this fork here is supposedly where the cemetery's at. And I'm glad I was paying attention, because I almost walked into this electric fence here. Not sure if it's, you can see it's pretty hidden. So down this hill. All right, when I find it, I'll let you guys know. All right, here's the cemetery. This is where Gray Barker, famous ufologist, and all around paranormal stuff investigator. He's supposedly buried somewhere in here. Let's see if we can find him. There's a little bit of a hike to get here. I mean, not too bad of it as far as distance, but man, it was sloppy muddy. I'm gonna say it's probably one of these larger stones over here. At least I'm hoping this is where we're going. All right, folks, I have searched this whole graveyard. This is where my research says he is buried. I did find several other Barkers, but I can't find Gray Barker. As you can see, this is like the Barker plot right here. From here, there's a corner marker, and over to there. So either he's not buried here, or he just doesn't have a stone. And I've looked. I mean, there were old sandstones sticking up, and I found a couple that were buried under leaves, but I can't find Gray. So I guess that's a big fail, but you never know. So it's time to hike back out, probably get back to the prints and check on those, because they should be ready to pull. Okay, folks, I made it. As you can see, they look to be set up, but it will take, especially that one up there, which is thicker, it will take several days before they're completely cured. For those of you who've never worked with plaster, you can see it's kind of gray. When it turns white is when it's cured, so it's definitely not cured completely. So hopefully I can get them up without breaking them, and then transport them out of here. All right, I've dug around this one. The best way to do it is dig around. You don't want to try to pry it up out of the dirt. So let's see if we can lift it very carefully. There it is. Got a lot of gunk on it still. Try to get some of it off, but you really don't want to. You don't want to wash it for a while. You don't want to wash the rest of it off for a few days at least. We'll get the majority of it off. All right. Okay, there it is, semi cleaned up. You can see why some people will mistake it for a Bigfoot print. As you see there, that's what some people would call the mid-tarsal break. But this is actually 1 foot, the pad's here, and here's another. And this is up here, here's where the claws went into the mud. And that's out of a bear trackway. And that's a pretty big bear. I got pretty big hands. But as you can see, like I said, here's some of the pads. The pad of on the foot, same with here. And this is where the two are meeting, and it pushed up. And that's where some people think that is a Bigfoot track and a mid-tarsal break. So let's pull the other one. All right, here's the other one. It didn't quite turn out the way I wanted it to, but it was in really soft mud. This is the back part of the foot here, and you can see, maybe you can see here, let me see. These were the claw marks that went into the mud in the front. It's not a great bear print. Like I said, this stuff's not the greatest, and it rained a lot yesterday, so I don't know how old they were. It's pretty thick. Wash it up later, see how it turns out. It didn't turn out the way I exactly wanted it to, but you can see the claw marks right here, there. And like I said, this is the pad, the back. I believe this would be the back foot. It's the one that has the heel like. There you go, folks. Not great, but it's a start. You don't find them all the time, and at least I can show like that one to some folks. And the reason I did this one is because, you know, it was in the same trackway. I took pictures of, you know, the line of them, and I can show folks. So now it's time to put these in the bag and once again go across the mud.